Okay, so now we got tested with kind of application, this testing application out, and we saw that we are good to go to the next levels. And now we are going to basically kind of end our application and like the basic one application, and we are going to randomize our facts. So we are going to delete this line, this testing line. We don't need this one. Okay. So now we are going to use something called an if and else statements, and they are called in Java a conditional statements. This is where we are basically telling the program if something happens, this should happen. If something meets the condition, this should happen. Okay, so you will see what I meant in a couple of seconds if you don't know if and the else statements at this moment. Okay, so now I want to say that we got again three total facts. So first one is going to be 0, second fact is going to be 1, and the third one is going to be second, so 2. All of them are going to be set to those kind of numbers. We are going to randomize through if statements. Okay, so now start with a simple if, and now get our random number, which is going to be equals to 0 and curly brackets. Okay, so what the heck I just created? Why I created double equal sign? Well, in Java, one equal sign is basically means we are assigning values to another value to variables and so on. But if we want to check if we kind of conditionally, we want to check conditions, we want to check if something is equals to something. In our case, if our random number is equals to 0, we don't want to like assign random number to 0. As you can see, we got an error in compatible types. We want to kind of see if equals. We need to set conditions for this if statement, and this way we are using double equal sign. Okay, so I hope that was understandable, and if you don't, please write to the right on the discussion section. Now we want just basically set the fact to our first fact, engineering fact. Okay, so go to test fact. We actually can rename test fact to something different. Maybe fact. Rename here also. Okay, so fact is equals to double quotation marks, and inside quotation marks we are going to write our first fact, which is for engineers, every course apart from engineering is easy. Okay, so now go over and create another if statement. Go here, random number, now it's equals to 1, curly brackets. We can no, that's right, fact equals double quotation marks, and our second fact is an engineer has the power of getting up at 9:25 a.m. and reaching the class at 9:30 a.m. As you can see, I copied the text from kind of Notepad right in here, and Java automatically created a new line kind of code, which basically means our text is going to the next line. We actually can do like this, which basically means the same thing. Okay, so but Java created for us to be kind of easy to understand later. So this basically means next line, ended quotation marks for the first line, and plus sign means we are assigning the same kind of value again and ending our sentence. Okay, now the final fact is going to be smaller, and an engineer knows nothing, but only an engineer knows this. Okay, so and we going, and that's it probably, right? Well, as you can see, we kind of made an error, or not an error, but we forgot to change the final 0 one, and in this case we want to kind of create something more readable, more usable conditional statements, more usable conditional statements to change our ifs with else ifs. Because, for example, now our application goes from top to down to bottom, okay? So it checks if random number is equals to 0, 0 is equal, and 0 is equals to this fact. Next, it checked 1 is equals to this fact, and finally it's found a 0 again, and it's going to override the first fact, this one, and it's going to randomize the fact, and it's going to print out this one. An engineer knows nothing, but only an engineer knows this. So we are not going to get this fact ever. Okay, so in this case, we actually want, of course, to change our number, but now we probably want to kind of clean up our application and make it more readable, and change if with an else if, and this one with else if again. And at the end, we want some kind of default value to check if we don't have for example, we write in here like 4, yeah, and we only got 3 facts, and we want to kind of print out some kind of error message, which is just basically a warning or something we actually missed, and we want to check it. And we are going to set the fact to kind of, oops, something is wrong. Okay, so now we probably want to kind of run our application and see how it works. Again, I want to mention you while it's loading that if you have any questions, any kind of questions, please don't hesitate and write to the discussion section to the right. I'm pleased to help you. I'm pleased to help anyone with any kind of question. Maybe I didn't kind of explain everything like clearly and you don't understand some kind of terminology. I'm going to be there for you, and all the other students are going to be there for you as well. Okay, so our application just ran and we want to test. I press I want more, and as you can see, our facts are basically are being randomized. So this is pretty cool, okay? And in the next lecture, we are going to kind of, again, clean up our application, and we are going to use arrays to make it more readable for us.